Hello guys, today's story is, I hate my guinea pigs and I can't take it anymore. Please rethink if you're considering getting them. I feel horrible writing this post, but I'm doing it for the future in hopes that someone will read this and genuinely take my story into consideration. For context, a few months ago at my job, a lady left a box with 3 guinea pigs inside, probably around 4 months, and they are 6 months now living with me. 2 boys and 1 girl. I adopted the 2 boys because I had done immense amounts of research for over a year and felt that I was ready and did have a love for guinea pigs. In general, I love animals. I worked in a pet store before, and in total have adopted 4 dogs and 5 cats with my mom, and love them all. On my own, I adopted 2 frogs, rescued a betta fish and a snake. I got them a huge C&C cage, urinary and vitamin C support, toys, hay bucket that is filled 24/7, and a regular food bowl, regular portions of veggies, 2 large water bottles, and cleaned the entire cage once a week. First was the mess. One likes to dig and scratch the hay around, throwing it behind him and around outside the cage, and as they run, they fling soiled bedding and poop over too. No matter how well or how much I clean the cage, it feels like it looks disgusting within the span of 48 hours with the 2 of them. I tried taming them, sometimes holding them, but every time they would freak out and start scratching at me by wiggling their body. One completely started pooping until I put him back down. I quickly realized that the relationship with a guinea pig is not very reciprocal the way some people show on social media, and that it would take a year or more to tame them once I looked a bit further online. Even then, they're still prey animals, so they may never like me. The part that started to grate on me was the screaming, or weaking. A moment they hear the door, a bag, or my closet door slide, they start screaming their heads off, sometimes for 10 minutes at a time, sometimes longer, until I give them at least something they want, even if they have full amounts of food and hay. I had to put them in a separate room that's not mine because it was bothering me. But it's come to a point that they're so loud I can still hear them, and even sometimes if they hear me roll over in bed and it makes noise, they start. I will add here, I have severe diagnosed OCD and am medicated on multiple different meds. At first it was tolerable, but now the moment that I go to feed them, give more water, etc., I have to walk out of the room for 10 minutes to where I can't hear them and then come back. This is where I know people are going to hate me. Recently it's gotten worse, horribly worse. The moment I come home and hear them, I start feeling as if I'm going insane. I was trying to refill the water, and the weaking got so loud because they were both going at full volume for nearly 5 minutes straight at that point that I screamed at them. I screamed to fucking stop, to just fucking stop. Obviously that did nothing. I should have never done that, but I felt like a spiral was triggered, and I had to physically close the door to the room and go somewhere else, because I was actually scared of what I just did and didn't know if it was going to go farther than just screaming at them. I made multiple posts and ads all over different platforms, going out of my way to ask people on campus if they want them, and that I'll give them everything for free. I put in a request form to the local shelter, Humane Society, a few days ago to have them taken, and I got a response that they currently have very little space in their small animals department. It's $10 per animal, and they would let me know when I've been waitlisted for a spot before they actually take the guinea pigs in. I didn't think much and took a nap, but the weaking started while I was asleep. I'm not going into detail, but my dream was so horrific and distressing, because at a certain point I was strangling them to make the weaking stop. I woke up and called the Humane Society 3 times before I left a voicemail, because nobody answered. I told them that I would give them anything they needed, literally pay for it out of my own pocket, for them to have the space to take the guinea pigs, whether it be food, a cage, hides, literally anything. I was honest and explicitly told them that for my mental health and sanity, and for the safety and well-being of the guinea pigs, to please call me back immediately, or have my case moved up in priority. So for all of this, this is what I have to say. Even if you are the biggest animal lover on the planet, it is okay if an animal is not compatible with you. You're not a bad person for rehoming an animal or surrendering it to the shelter, especially if you feel like your thoughts are heading towards exhaustion and annoyance rather than love and joy. Someone out there will love them and happily take them to a wonderful home. And there is nothing wrong with you for admitting that maybe you bit off more than you could chew. You didn't do the amount of research you actually thought you did, or that you genuinely tried and it just wasn't a match. Look up other experiences, stories, whatever it may be, before you get an animal outside of a cat, dog, fish, or whatever it is that you are used to. If someone tells you they hated having a certain animal you're interested in getting, ask them genuinely why and take it into deep consideration, because it could very easily be you in their shoes. Thank you for following our story today. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe.